Yeah, so the last thing a woman needs is for you to make light of her insecurities already. She already struggling with it.
Already struggling with it. And just realizing that every parent is not going to be ready to talk about their kids with different stuff at the same time. So I take a oath to make sure my kids at least know. So maybe they can help their friends and their, they will spread, because you learning stuff from different friends at the same time. You learning about different stuff through your peers.
Right.
That's going to be your most important group when you're young. So once you teach that at a young age, and it's a lot of different things going on now where they're trying to teach kids. But once you teach them the basics, they can deal with stuff in a different light. And hopefully it'll be a different experiences for young men and women growing up where they can handle stuff differently.
Right.
Because I thought that was so dope.
The crazy thing is, it's not crazy, but the good thing for your children is the fact that you are in the home to teach them that.
Yeah.
But imagine how many of our kids, when I say our kids, I'm talking about black kids.
Yeah.
Their father isn't in the home. They don't have two parents in the household to teach them that. The mother's job is to teach the kids certain things. The father's job is to teach them other things, right?
Yeah.
You said you want to make sure that your children, your son, knows how to treat a young woman when she's growing into a woman.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if the father ain't in the home to teach that son that, the son will grow up to disrespect women because they've never seen a man in the household respect the mother in a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So your kids are fortunate to have that.
Yeah, it's not even just important for a man to give them that perspective. It's important for a woman to give them that perspective too. No matter who it's coming from, it's still valuable information. But for him to hear it from me,
right,
it may hit in a different light. So here's a man telling me this is how I should act,
right,
and here's a man explaining that to my sister who I love.
Yep.
That's how we should act, and I wouldn't want nobody to treat my sister in a different way. So I'm gonna follow that suit.
So, being that your children have both parents in the household, do you see the difference in them than it was for you and your sister who only had your mom in the household?
I don't know yet.
Yeah?
I don't know yet. I don't think they're old enough to... I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say yeah because, like I said, the balance in the household, how my wife do things versus how I do things. And we expect different things at different times. I expect things to be a certain way. She expects things to be a different way. So with us, that balance in the household, I think it's going to be a better outcome in how we engage with our kids. And we have conversations, on what we want for our kids, back to that communication things because parenting is outside of finances. Parenting is the next part of it. People may be at odds on how to raise their kids. People grow at different levels. So how you might be thinking about sending your kids to, prestigious school and you want to pay for all these things. And she may be like, nah, we don't need to do all that. But it's a balance,
right,
and you have to bring that balance and be realistic, but have those conversations beforehand before y'all just go, oh, I'm going to teach my son this. He ain't going to be no.
Is there an advantage for both of y'all being in the house? Is there an advantage for your kids with both parents in the house?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Right. Compared to, do you have friends who are single mothers that you can compare their relationship with their children to y'all's? I don't know if I'm asking that question right.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. So what I'm seeing more, and this is shout out to the culture for everything that has been for us. I'm seeing our generation get it right.
They're getting it right.
Even if they're not in the same household.
It's crazy you say that.
Making that effort.
Right.
I got a homeboy now who's, I think, making an awesome effort to be there for his kids.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I've noticed that too, bro.
Generational curses, bro. We breaking them.
It's almost like in the black community, a lot of us didn't have our fathers. We know what that felt like. So no matter what we choose to do as men, or how we choose to live as men, we still find a way to be in our children's lives. We could be the dope boy. We could be the ones out there just living life wrong. But somehow or another, we still find time to make sure that our children know us, know who we are as men. I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
And people can have their own point of view on whether that's positive or negative.
Yeah.
If you selling drugs, but you in your son life, you know what I'm saying? Either way, daddy there. mama and daddy there. They might not live together, but I know who my daddy is. I'm talking, we grew up with people. Yeah. You said it yourself. You barely knew who your father was until you was a certain age. Mm-hmm. And maybe at that point, maybe it was too late. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think finding out who your father was good no matter when you met him. Well, yep. But, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine if he was there to teach you how to be an electrician at 15 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Don't make me cry, man.
Think about all that money you missed out on. Right. But, you know, I think about that, man. These kids today, they are blessed because they do know who both their parents are. But it's still, though, with all of that said, it's so many kids out here who still don't have good fatherly figures. Mm-hmm. And as police officers, as a firefighter, we see those kids in the street.
Man, we go into situations where we see messy homes and
Dicarrio, let's not say messy.
Yeah.
Let's say disgusting. Yeah. Because how many houses have you been in as a firefighter? How many houses have I been in as a police officer? Well, we see roaches crawling on the ceiling. We walk through a door that's clearly wide enough for a person and a half to fit through. Mm-hmm. Yet we still keep our hands together and our shoulders tight because we don't want our shoulders and our skin to touch the walls.
Yeah.
Because it's just that filthy.
It's a messed up situation, and then a lot of times those kids, it's got kids involved, and you try not to be judgmental, but because you are making a valid effort for your household to be in order, to engage with kids in a different light, it's tough.
It is tough.
It's tough, and you know that's what I want people to understand. You are in a situation. Everybody ain't living like you, so whatever your views are, everybody ain't gonna see it the same way because everybody ain't on the same level. But you always want better for your kids and the next generation. You should. If you don't, you know, that's just something you got to sit with. But
that's why I encourage everybody to do ride-alongs with the police department so you can see how certain families are living out here. Certain people are living out here, man. It's sad. It's completely sad. The kids that are running the street is because they don't have the two parents in the household. Listen, I'm telling you, these kids that are out here stealing cars, breaking into people's houses, carrying guns, selling dope, both parents are not in the house.
It's a fact.
It is what it is.
It's a fact.
Because if daddy was home, these kids wouldn't be doing that. Daddy would be making sure that their kids are doing something else positive so that they are in the bed by 9, 10 o'clock.
It's just,
they're not thinking about going out the house and hanging out with their homeboys at 14, 15 years old.
When I rode around my neighborhood as an adult and I seen kids hanging out, just on the fire truck, we passed kids in the street 11:30. Like, I know you at least in elementary school.
Right. It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's unreal.
It's unreal.
Unfathomable.
Like, I would have never thought of being at that age, being outside the house.
Nah, I was raised by a single mom. I had my dad in my life. I was raised by a single mother. Never did I ever think that it was okay for me to go outside after
street lights. You had to be home for the street lights.
That was just weird.
It was so weird to me.
Like going to Tommy's house at 12 o'clock. So we can walk around town.
Boy, look at
and go to the Circle K at the corner.
Man,
that's crazy.
But realizing the difference in the generations, and then fast forward to another generation, whatever, and this is where it's hard to not be judgmental. Whatever it is, it was a breakdown somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And accepting that breakdown and taking responsibility as men to when you come in contact with those kids, give them some gems. Give them some light. Be a almost a mirror to them. Like, I could see myself in your shoes. I could do this.
Right.
And this officer, this firefighter was cordial with me, was nice to me, and explained certain things to me because he may not get that nowhere else. Right. And we go to a lot of domestic disputes, and giving that young man, giving that young woman some gems of how they can get out of whatever mess they in is going to make all the difference in them going forward.
Right. When you take the time to talk to children or talk to people in general, considering where they from, that's you seeing them. Because a lot of times these kids or these people that come from certain neighborhoods, certain communities, they feel like the world don't see them. So when somebody comes to them that's not responding to the house, if I talk to a kid at the Circle K who was just riding his bike through the parking lot just to get to the other side of the street, if I stop him and tell, hey, come here real quick, and I take the time to talk to him, that's me seeing him. That's me showing him that he exists. That's me showing him that he is a person. It's validating his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, like you say, a lot of the kids don't get that.
Nope.
They do not get that. They're not getting it at home because mama got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. She's trying to figure out how to make it as an adult in this world. And daddy gone off somewhere, ain't seen him in about 3 months. And last time I saw him, it was him rolling up with his homeboy in a car sitting on 22s, and it smelled like smoke. And he gave me $20, and then he left.
Yeah.
So daddy don't see me. Mama ain't got time to see me.
Yeah.
But when this police officer, when this firefighter showed up, not only did they see me, they told me to come to them. They saw me when I was walking away from them, when I was riding my bike away from them. They took the time out there and say, hey, what's up? How you doing at school? You ain't go to school today. Why you ain't go to school? Because mama ain't wake me up. Mama ain't wake you up. You need to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just little things like that. You talking about the little gems, giving them little gems.
Yeah.
The gem itself is just you recognizing them.
Recognize, see yourself in them.
Yep.
The neighborhood I grew up in want the best, because I know the neighbor to the right of me and the neighbor to the left, they was in some different things, but I had my stepfather in my life and I had my mother in my life. And that balance in the household, like you said, is important because it's just certain things that a man ain't gonna allow raising kids in the household.
Yeah.
You know, certain things gonna go down. I assign my kids tasks, you know, to get done. And I expect those things to be done.
Why do you do that?
Because it gives you responsibility. So I tell my kids, hey, if you want this, you got to take on more responsibility. My son want to play video games real bad. I say, but I know the level of responsibility he has to be in that world. So before I do that, I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you a responsibility. And depending on how you handle that responsibility, depending on if I'm going to let you indulge in this. So assigning those tasks early, making your kids responsible, is going to shoot them forward in the future, because I see what my mama assigned me back when I was young. It was the reason I was doing chores. Yeah. It was the reason my stepdaddy would make me wake up, you know, on a Saturday early. He out there in the yard. I should be out there in the yard too. And I thank you for that. Yeah. Because I didn't like it, but you know, I understand it now. Yeah. Giving your child responsibilities, you know, whether they're your son, your daughter, teach it, and through those responsibilities, let them learn something. Let them learn how to do something. Yeah. The difference between my son and my daughter is interested in learning these new tasks, helping wash dishes. Right. My son, not so much. Right. That's the difference between them. So getting both of those kids to see these,
to make sure that he know he need to wash dishes.
Yeah, learn how to, you know, it may be a task at first, but he's learning how to do a skill, learning how to do something that's going to help him. You're not going to be no slob. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to clean yourself, learn how to, teaching boys how to groom. Right. I didn't have a man to teach me how to shave at first. Not when, you know, nobody talked to me about how to groom myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? I remember learning how to girl told me having a scrub brush. I thought that was specifically for a woman. Just having a scrub brush to scrub your back.
Oh yeah, I keep one of them.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I ain't have it as a child though.
Right. I didn't have it as a child. I didn't have it as an adult until she was like,
I get pissed off when I go to my girlfriend's house and she ain't got one for me.
You know what I'm saying? Those different things about, you know, just how we grow up. I just always thought that was for a woman. No, this is for everybody to scrub their back.
Clean your back.
You supposed to clean your back.
Have you ever heard of people who don't wash their legs?
Yeah.
It's a whole culture of people out there who don't wash their legs.
Man, it's some
How
strange
you clean
things.
Your legs?
It's some strange things going on there. But again, it's how they were raised. Nobody may have had that conversation with them.
That you're supposed to clean your whole body?
Clean your whole body. You know, Kevin Hart talked about it where, you know, you ain't gonna wash your ass. Right. But little boys don't even wash that. Yeah. Teach your kids how to groom themselves, because it is gonna be different slightly for a young girl to learn from her mother how to clean herself. Right. And
I mean, as a man, I can't teach you that.
Right.
It's gonna be important to have both parents in the house.
Back full circle.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's important.
Right. I can't imagine if I was a widowed father.
Ooh. Boy,
I can't imagine that, but it's men out there doing that.
Yes, and they have to learn.
Kudos to them, man.
Kudos for them. They're doing it by themselves.
That's the toughest thing. Not just a widowed father, but a widowed father who's raising a daughter. And that's what fatherhood is about. Yeah, that is what fatherhood is about.
I'm gonna
It don't really go in depth with that per se, but it does show him trying to. I think he was braiding her hair in one scene. But I can't imagine being a widowed father raising a daughter.
Bro.
No way.
Bro.
No way.
I told her straight off, I would be at, I don't know where I'd be.
Bro.
I'd fall apart.
And in the movie, his mother-in-law tries to convince him to come move back home where she is and where his mother is so that it can help him raise her. And he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm staying here where my job is, where I have independence.
That's tough.
Bro, me?
I'm coming home.
You gonna buy the ticket?
Right. I'm coming home,
bro.
I need some help.
At least in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, kudos to men out there doing that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's tough. That's a tall task that a lot of people don't realize what happened. Realize that can happen.
Right.
Even, you having your first child, women can die in pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? That's something that they hold on their own. Even though you may be there to support them, help them push, she got to do it.
Right.
And in that process, a lot of men can lose their wives, and they stuck there with a child that they love, but that part is missing, that nurturing part that they depended on being there, that ain't there no more. So now they got to go through this world and pull some resources together. It's like, all right, I got a son, I got a daughter, but that other side is missing. So that relationship balance with, like you said, both parents in the household being there the whole time or filling in where it needs to be, is going to make a better outcome.
Let me ask you this.
Uh-oh.
Back on the finance tip.
Okay.
Are you a man who could, and maybe you're already in this position, are you a man who could continue feeling like a man if your wife made more than you?
Yes.
I mean, for me, it's a resounding yes. Like, I'm going to take straight up.
Yeah.
I pray to God I marry a woman. Listen, my girlfriend make more money than me. And listen, I'm going to tell you, the level of money that I can make, there's a limit to it. You know what I'm saying? I know what that limit is.
Yep.
Because I don't plan on switching jobs. I love like I said, I love my job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't plan on going anywhere.
Right.
I know how much money I'm going to make the day I retire. And I know it's not going to be as much as what she going to make. And I'm cool with that.
Yes.
Bring home all the money you can bring home, baby. You know what I'm saying? Now, listen.
Yeah.
I would love to venture out and make money in other areas. I hope one day that I will do that. But you know what? I do not care if my wife makes more money than me. It does not make me feel like less of a man.
Right.
How in the world would it make me feel like less of a man because my wife makes more money? Because to me, my relationship with my girlfriend, who is my future fiance, I'm gonna start calling her my girlfriend. I'm gonna start calling her my future fiance.
Oh, you hear that, miss?
That's what I'm gonna start calling my future fiance.
I like the growth, brother. I like the growth.
Listen, me feeling like a man has nothing to do with dollars and cents. You know what I'm saying? Me feeling like a man has everything to do with my relationship with God and how that relationship with God teaches me how to treat my future fiance, how to treat my mom and everything else in my life, right? I could care less if my girlfriend make more money than me. No, I can't care less. I care more. You know why? Because I care. Because I want her to make as much money as she possibly can make.
Women rule the world, bro.
Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? She can make as much money as she want to make.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because listen.
You comfortable with yourself?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. Listen, bro. Listen.
You confident with yourself? You're not insecure in that
in
aspect.
no way, shape, or form. I'm sure I have some insecurities, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm human. But when it comes to that, I am secure in the fact that I am a man. I'm a man who's always learning. I'm saying I'm still learning how to be a man. I'm still learning how to be a man for her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I probably will never stop learning how to do that. But making more money than me, no, bro. That I don't understand how.